SIC basketball right here on MBC tonight. Morehouse against Tuskegee. Let's look at the starting lineups for Morehouse. The head coach, Grady Brewer, Rasul Muhammad, along with Ian Salandi. The center will be Ahmad Loving. The guards, Brian Fitch, and we talked about Brandon Childs for Tuskegee. And there's the head coach, Grady Brewer, in his third season, but he spent a long time there as an assistant to Art McAfee, 14 years to be exact, for Tuskegee. The forwards, Embert Prosper, Charlie Caston, along with James Cannon in the middle. The guards, Jamal Bennett, he can really put it up. Lawrence Brown is the point guard. And they're coached by Oliver Jones in his third year at Tuskegee, 31st overall. He spent many years at Albany State, where he won 6 SIAC titles. And we're ready to get this one underway. The 130th meeting between these two schools. Cannon and Loving jumping center, and is controlled by the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse. Both teams are Tigers, Maroon Tigers and the Golden Tigers.
And you notice the Tigers, Tuskegee, what they worked on yesterday, they jumped right into that press, trying to create a turnover.
Jamal Bennett bringing the ball down. Here's Lawrence Brown with it. Embert Prosper has it. Brown takes the long three, and it's off the mark. Battle for the loose ball. Underneath Caston, and he loses it, but he gets fouled.
Offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds. Got to keep them off the boards.
Let's look at the Verizon keys to the ball game for the two squads.
For Morehouse, the keys are they want to play a tempo game, slow the ball down, keep the score in the 70s. For Tuskegee Golden Tigers, keep Morehouse off of the boards and shut down the middle.
The Verizon keys to winning. And at the free throw line, Eric Caston out of Staten Island, New York, shooting 58% from the line. He hits the front end of the two shots, and the second one bounces off the iron, but Bennett comes out with it.
And that's the second offensive rebounds. Keep giving possessions.
Embert Prosper for three, and it's good.
So you give up 2 offensive rebounds, and he eventually cost you 3 points.
So Prosper hit the long range downtown shot, and it's 4-0 in favor of Tuskegee early here. Muhammad having problems trying to get it to Loving, who's on the floor, gets it back to his forward Muhammad. The shot off the mark by Salandi, and we're going to get a foul. This foul is going to be whistled against Muhammad, so it'll be Tuskegee's ball.
Now, they've got to be aware of Prosper. You know, he's thrown up already 50 three-point attempts, and that was one of the things that the coach Brewer talked about. He wanted to be aware of their perimeter shooting.
Lawrence Brown, also from Staten Island, New York. Caston. Brown reverses it back out. Prosper for another three attempt. No good. And here comes the Maroon Tigers. Fitch brings it up the floor. Salandi dumps it over. Here's a turnover. Brown feeds Bennett. Bennett misses the layup.
But again,
Prosper is blocked.
Again, another offensive rebound. They're cleaning the clocks on the offensive boards.
And it stays on the Tuskegee end.
Yeah, Coach Brewer cannot be happy with this, giving up shots on the offensive boards. Brewer again, a nice break, 3-on-1, nice shot, shoots it on the other side of the basket. He shot it 2 and it went 5.
A little bit too much. First substitution in the lineup is for the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse as Quincy Bell checks into the lineup. And here's a turnover. And Bell came up with it, just coming in, and we're going to get a blocking foul. And they're going to count the basket. The blocking foul is going to be against Lawrence Brown. And they're going to credit the basket to Salandi, and Salandi is going to go to the free throw line.
And here's a good call, because I think he was still moving. So it was a good call, probably the toughest call for an official to make, the block charge call.
Here's a young man out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, Redan High, averaging 26 minutes a game and averaging 7 points. And he has 3 in this game already. And we have a 1-point ball game, 4-3, with the home team out in front by 1. Tuskegee.
And I think what Morehouse is doing, they're showing a little pressure just for containment so the Tuskegee can't get out and push the ball down on them.
Bennett with the jumper. It was a 2-point attempt. No good. Fitch pushes it up the floor. Quincy Bell dumps it inside. Ronald Thompson has it rejected. Prosper trying to dump it inside, has it taken away, and the Maroon Tiger, that was Chow, stepped on the line.
And I think that's where they have to be careful. If you know Prosper has 43 turnovers, and that's the one area where they're hurting, that being Tuskegee, is that they turn the basketball over a lot.
Our officials tonight, Lonnie McGee, Richard Drake, and Glenn Green, and we have our first substitution for Tuskegee as
Mr. Hamadullah.
Hamadullah checks in, Umar Hamadullah, and he replaced James Cannon in the Tuskegee lineup. This is only the 3rd game in this building this year for Tuskegee, and we get a traveling call turnover against Lawrence Brown. So they haven't played a lot of games at home, and they will play 8 of their next 14 here at the James Center. So they like to be home.
Yeah, and Coach Jones was talking about they had been home the last week and they got excited. They were so happy to be at home. They got excited, and that probably had an impact on that game last week.
Here's Oliver Jones. He's 1-1. They are 1-1 at home this year. That game we've talked about earlier took place just 9 days ago in Atlanta. And it was an 82-81 final, and Morehouse held on to win it.
Tuskegee is in a 2-2-1-2 zone now. Coach Jones says his primary defense is a man-to-man, but his guys don't seem to have the desire that it takes to play that man-to-man.
And we get a 3-second violation, which counts as a turnover for all practical purposes. Let's look at the people we need to watch away from those we talked about earlier. One is Ronald Thompson. He's in the lineup right now.
He's the X factor. Last game he had 13 points and 8 rebounds against up in Atlanta.
And of course, Caston is the other young man, and banked off the glass by Prosper, and it's a 6-3 game.
Prosper has a scoring mentality, doesn't he? He shoots it from the 3. That was a nice athletic move.
And it's hard to imagine that Tuskegee has lost its last 7 games. They have 3 players scoring in double figures in Jamal Bennett, Prosper, and Caston.
Right. But if you look at it, the point differential is a -2. So they've been in their basketball games.
They certainly have. Long 3, no good by Brandon Childs, and it's still a 3-point lead for Tuskegee. And going up with the shot is Brown, and he's going to get a chance to go to the free throw line.
And he kind of forced the action, but he tried to penetrate. They jumped over to help out on defense, but they didn't get all the way over, and you start reaching. You play defense with your hands, with your feet, and not with your hands.
I don't think they're going to give him the shooting foul. They're going to say he was not in the act of shooting, that he was fouled before the shot was taken. So instead of going to the line, it'll be possession out of bounds for Tuskegee. There's a timeout on the floor, 15:48, the time remaining. We're in the first half of play, and it's a 3-point ball game. Tuskegee, the home team, out in front. 6-3 our score here in Tuskegee. Charlie Neal along with Bernie Bickerstaff. Don't forget NBC Network celebrates Black History Month with the premiere of a new series that focuses on the accomplishments of African-American contemporaries. Watch the premiere of Milestone. It comes your way February 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on NBC, your family's urban network.
Charlie, I don't think either team has settled into their game plan. As one team wants to run up tempo and the other team want to play a half-court game. So they're just kind of trying to get to that point where they settle in.
And Bennett couldn't hit on the three. Salandi with the rebound. Inside. Here's Salandi, and he's hit as he goes to the hoop.
A nice pass from the big guy. They double team the ball. That's what happens when the ball goes inside and you can attract the attention of 2 or 3 guys. You've done your job. Make the pass.
So at the free throw line is Ian Salandi. They call him an undersized forward. He can play 3 or 4, but more of a 2, but can handle whatever position you put him in. He's averaging 64% or shooting 64% from the free throw line. A couple substitutions for Tuskegee right now in their lineup. They've brought in Dietrich Randall. Also checking in is Harry Hagwood.
Now they've got to pay attention to Randall. Randall gave them 18 points, 6 3-pointers up in Atlanta the other night, the last time these 2 teams played.
And that's Hagwood with the ball out of Riviera Beach, Florida. Harry Hagwood averaging 18 minutes a game. Well, Coach Oliver Jones. Amadullah in the lane, puts it up, and it goes down.
That's those home rims, you know. Just got to suck it in.
8-5, 3-point game, and here's a turnover. Prosper ahead of the field. He takes it in, and Hagwood with the follow on the offensive rebound.
Again, a big offensive rebound. I think on Prosper on that one, he should take it to the other side. You don't make great plays all the time.
But sometimes you think you can, huh?
Yeah, you think you can. The percentages are definitely against you.
Anthony Locke in the lineup now at the guard spot for Coach Grady Brewer. Here's Locke. That's an offensive foul. Player control, and Caston was right there to take the charge.
Yeah, they call back. Here's the charge here. We're talking about quickness and balance. He does a nice job of showing to get into the paint. He goes into the paint here. But see, then he goes forward instead of going straight up. Good call.
Amadullah, who had started earlier part of this year, but now just turned the ball over. Creating it was Ron Thompson for the Morehouse Maroon Tigers.
Nice
Thompson's
patience.
a big kid, isn't he? Ron Thompson, they list him as 6'9". One of the things that, if you talk to Coach Oliver Jones, that has hurt him this year is he doesn't have a true big man in the middle. The guy he thought he had, Kenyon Gamble, he's 6'11", was declared ineligible. So he's hurting because he's not there.
And he's got another kid that his grades, I mean, the transcript, his official transcript hadn't come in yet. And we were talking about this the other day, that some of his players are waiting for the cavalry to come across the mountain. They've got to get busy.
Can't always wait because the cavalry may not show up.
Hold the fort till the cavalry comes, baby.
14 minutes, 1 second remaining, first half. 10-5 our score so far.
And they're in that zone. They're still back in that zone, which they play a lot.
Quincy Bell gets it down the corner. Here's Prosper behind the back. We got a 4-on-1 break, and he feeds over to Hagwood for 2.
But a terrific move on the sideline here where he went behind his back. And then when he got it down on the other end, Charlie, he kept it simple.
Just fed it to one of his teammates, and Hagwood converted. Quincy Bell, he'll take the jumper. 15-footer, no good. The rebound, and we're going to get a foul on the pass off. And let's look at this last play.
Watch the play on it. Well, he's past the sideline, but he comes down, makes a nice simple pass. It's a 4-on-1. You have to convert that.
Follow up, and it's going to be Tuskegee's ball, and now Prosper is over talking to the official saying, hey, didn't he come over my back?
but he's giving motions about a shot even when he's out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
So you know his mentality here. Huh?
Well,
he wants to put it up.
Coach says he gets upset when his teammates don't do everything they're supposed to do, so he's going to also help officiate tonight.
Right.
The 3 that they have is not enough. Prosper said, I'm going to help out. Almost a backcourt. No.
Yeah, he read 43 of those turnovers. This is what we're talking about. You know, you got to be careful with a player like that. He'll get you 20, but he'll give up 20 on the other end. So you've got an even basketball game.
Coming in is Gerald Cannon for Morehouse.
So hopefully it's just him getting used to the system in terms of what the coach wants for him, because he's an excellent basketball player.
Hamadula down the lane, pulls up for the jumper, and can he get the bounce again? Not this time. Still a battle for the loose ball, and Prosper will pick up the foul as he ran right over top of Anthony Locke out of Los Angeles Crossroads.
Now Ronald Thompson has to do a better job of keeping his feet, and that's what you do when you see a guy who likes to jump. You just give him a ball fake and they fly. What they've done the last time down, Morehouse are using their man-to-man offense against the zone.
Long pass across court. Quincy Bell looking. Childs, he's been quiet so far this evening, and that's a traveling on Quincy Bell.
And Childs, I'm impressed with the fact that he's letting the game come to him. He's not forcing anything. He got into the creases of that zone. They converged. He kicked it to his teammate.
Prosper, long 3, no good. Childs with the rebound for Morehouse, who started the season 1-4, including 2 overtime losses. Shaw was the only team that really beat them. 5 of their losses was by a total of 21 points. That's an average of 4 points per game.
Here we go. Nice pass. Tries to move to the baseline, and he was moving in that situation.
And we got an alternate possession arrow on the jump ball, and it'll go over to Tuskegee. Tuskegee started the season 3-2, but have lost 7 straight. 2 in overtime. There's a turnover situation. Morehouse 6, 3 for Tuskegee tonight.
Yeah, and they got to be careful there, because they'll convert those turnovers. You got to get points off those turnovers.
Here's another turnover for Morehouse. This is their 4th.
We'll see if they convert the turnover here.
Points off the turnover, very crucial. Locke gets it back. Wide open is Childs, and he buries it.
Now, Coach Brewer calls that his X game when you're playing against a zone. He wants to run an X, and he wants to get ball reversal in that situation. They did a nice job of executing.
Here's another turnover. So 2 straight times down the floor has been a result of turnovers. The transition offense was cut off. But wide open is Childs in the corner. He decides to go baseline. Feeds it inside for 2. Goes Ronald Thompson.
They're making their run. You know, Terry, the last thing we watched in practice last night, Tuskegee's got to do a better job of having regard for that basketball. They got to understand that's their friend.
It's been a 5-0 run for Morehouse since Tuskegee held a 7-point advantage. It's over the last 2 minutes. Inside. Down the lane. Thompson.
Great ball, but we might need a timeout coming up.
And it's all tied at 12 apiece with 11:04 remaining.
And Coach calls a timeout to try to stem the flow here.
Here's a timeout on the floor. 11:04 the time remaining. 12-12. It was a 12-5 lead by Morehouse.
Yeah, this timeout was called. Coach called. It's a good move. Again, look at the double team. He goes cross court with the pass. Nice pass. Nice shot. Yeah. Here we are here. There's a pass inside. Nice pass with the guy covering. They converge on the best. They double team. When his man leaves, he goes to the basket. Got a wide open layup.
So it's been a 7-0 run for the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse. They were down 12-5 with 13:35 to go, and now have come back to tie the ball game with 11:04 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, and when we talk about basketball, there's usually 3 spurts in a basketball game. You try to get 2 of the 3 spurts.
Gives you some advantage, right?
Right.
And this is a short shot. That was, we're going to get a foul whistle underneath. David Boyd in the lineup for Tuskegee right now.
Now, Coach Jones is really high on David Boyd. He said he is an excellent talent.
And there's a timeout on the floor. 10:51, the time remaining. We're all tied at 12 apiece.
MBC Network, your family's urban television network. Catch the game. You gotta play hard, you gotta play rough, you gotta be strong.
In the paint. And from the key. It's a dynamic new season of live black college sports on MBC.
Sometimes, life takes unexpected turns. Unfortunately, the untimely death of a loved one may be one of them. Should tragedy strike, make sure your family is protected with the life insurance you need at a price you can afford. But with the thousands of different insurance companies, how can you be sure you're choosing the best plan for your family and getting the best price? Best Quote has already answered these questions for almost 1 million Americans. For free, Best Quote's computers search for the best rates from quality insurance carriers and send you the results. It's easy, and no salesman will ever call you. If you already have coverage, you can save up to 70% using our free service. For example, Best Quote can show you how $250,000 of term life insurance may be purchased at guaranteed rates for about $11 a month. Your family depends on you, and you can depend on Best Quote to find you the best insurance at the best price.
For a free rate comparison, call Best Quote now at 1-800-942-1400. That's 1-800-942-1400.
Here's one of the most accomplished composers. He is. Producers, directors, and musicians. We'll tell you about that in a moment. The Life of Quincy Jones, a movie of the month on NBC.
There's another turnover
on the network. Check it out. It is another turnover. And Morehouse had all the turnovers early, but it's been all Tuskegee lately.
Excellent look. He just missed a layup. Nice high-low. Get the ball inside. Break a guy from the opposite corner. Had a nice layup. Just didn't get it done. They've got to make sure they get shots coming down. I think the last 3 or 4 times down, Tuskegee has turned the basketball over.
They have. And Thompson picked up that personal foul. That is his first. And now we have 7-6. They picked up the last 3 times down they had turnovers. Almost a turnover there by Morehouse. Feed inside. And we're going to get a whistle. And at the free throw line goes Frank Bryant out of Largo, Maryland, from Duval High, from up our neck of the woods. Let's look at the SIAC standings and see how things are shaping up in the Eastern Division. Morehouse on top, 5-1, followed by Benedict, Albany State, Fort Valley, Payne, and Clark, Atlanta. Payne is a team that you always have to worry about with Ronnie Spry over there.
Ronnie, one more time, Spry.
Your buddy. On the western side, Lemoyne Owen out of Tennessee up on top, 6-2, followed by Miles, Kentucky State, Lane, Tuskegee in last place at 1-4. Their only win was against Fort Valley early in the season, 76-62.
Now, you know, they've missed 2 nice layups where they've got penetration. The guards are looking to drop it off. The big guys have got to convert those shots.
Cannon with the rebound for Tuskegee. Missed free throws, a pair of them missed. It looked like a foul there, but nothing called.
Had a little arm.
A little arm. Here's a 3. You said watch out for Mr. Dietrich Randall.
Yes.
Who can hit the three-pointer, shooting 45% from three-point range.
He gave him 6, 18 points from the three-point line up at Atlanta. See, and that's basically, you got to pay attention to your scouting report.
Battle for the loose ball. And a timeout call.
And Charlie,
good smart play.
Yeah, and the thing that you find out, Gravity won't allow you to stand up and get the ball. The guy who goes down on the floor will get the basketball.
Ain't no question about that. I want to thank all of our viewers for their emails that they've sent to the NBC network about our coverage of black college athletics and sports, where we're committed to bringing you more sports, more entertainment, more news and information. And if you like what we're doing, don't just tell us. Tell your family, tell your friends, and find out more about us. Just go on the World Wide Web, www.mbcnetwork.com, or call your local cable operator or NBC Network. I'm Charlie Neal along with Bernie Bickerstaff, and we're here in Tuskegee on the campus of Tuskegee University, founded by Booker T. Washington. And I'd like to remind all our viewers, we'll continue our coverage of black college sports tomorrow on NBC and CIAA action from Richmond and the Freedom Classic. Virginia Union takes on Virginia State. And Bernie and I will be up in Charlotte for the Legacy Classic along with Nicole Watson. That'll come your way on Monday here. Martin Luther King's birthday being celebrated. We'll have a doubleheader for you.
And they got to pay attention to Randall.
Hagwood, short jumper, no good. Battle for the loose ball. Cannon goes after it and comes down with it, but he turns it over.
And he may have got whacked on the arm on that one when he tried to throw it. But they're doing a nice job on the offensive boards.
Childs feeds it back out. Here's the long jumper and a three-pointer, and it's all tied apiece. Quincy Bell at 15.
That's the pure shooter that they talked about between.
Quincy Bell averaging 27 minutes, may be the most valuable sixth man in the SIAC. And here's a steal by Childs. Childs falls down, puts it up, and almost went in.
Had the presence of mind. When in doubt, shoot.
That's right. It almost went in.
Yeah, when he talked about Bell and Childs, Childs was his guy that put it on the floor. Bell was the guy that stood out and take the jump shot. He's the pure shooter.
Anthony Locke. Here again. Here's the three-pointer by Quincy Bell. Number 2 scorer on the team has a pretty outside shot. And it's 18-15. And this is the first lead of the game by Morehouse.
You've got 2 3-point shooters matched up on each other, Randall and Bell. Nice shot there, off balance by Childs.
After trailing by as many as 7 points, Morehouse has the lead by 3 right now.
That was Boyd almost had a rebound. You know, again, we talk about those great plays. Just grab that one. You're uncontested and put it back in the hole.
13-3 run right now is what Morehouse has going for it. And they have the lead. Actually, it's more than a 13-3 run. It's a 15-3 run. 20-15, they lead. And let's watch Childs do his thing. He comes down the floor after the steal. He loses his footing, goes down, throws it up. It almost went in. 5-point lead by Morehouse.
Charlie Neal's got game.
I feel that in a way, I'm a role model.
The voice of black college sports plays hard.
I think it's important to spend time and talk to the young people.
Now, Charlie's putting his game on the hardwood.
I like to make sure that they understand that they can use athletics as a stepping stone to get where they want to go.
It's a new year as a whole new season of black college basketball returns to NBC Sports. This month, catch the games.
What's up, y'all? This is KP.
My name is Flo.
Calling all my children from the north to the south. Calling all my children from the east to the west. Calling all my children from the now to the then. For the how, for the when, for the what. Once again, calling all my children from the north and the south and the east and the west and the now and the then. For the how and the when, for the what. And again for the what. And again for the what. Once again.
Chicago, LA, represent New York City.
When I worked 50 hours a week, I didn't know how good I had it. Now I'm a short order cook, maid, nurse, teacher, and chauffeur. Good thing Food Lion's close by. Quick as anything, I can grab fresh produce, meats, and groceries galore. All at the lowest prices around, which makes the bookkeeper and me happy. I save enough at Food Lion for a sitter on Saturday so I can have a date with my chauffeur.
Charlie Neal, along with Bernie Bickerstaff here. Gotta love NBC. Gotta catch the games on NBC. More Black College sports right here. Glad you could join us for this one. 5-point lead for Morehouse Maroon Tigers, who were down by 7 early in the game. 6:54 the time remaining here in the first half.
And this is basically what Morehouse has to do. They got to take the crowd out of the basketball game, and they're going up. It's 20-15 right now. So Tuskegee's got to make sure they keep control of this basketball game.
Can't let it get away.
And stay in contention, right.
Bryant Hightower in the lineup for Tuskegee. Bennett's back in there. Hagwood's in there. And he's toying with the different lineups. Hagwood with the long jumper, no good. But they keep the ball on the offensive end.
Another possession.
Prosper. Back out. The jumper, no good by Bryant Hightower.
Yeah, if you're Tuskegee, you can't be upset because you get good shots.
The three is buried again, and Quincy Bell with 9 points from three-point range so far in the game.
Look, you got to find him. You got to know it should dawn on you at some point he can shoot the ball. You got to find him.
So what was a 7-point deficit for Morehouse has turned into an 8-point advantage.
And a turnover.
And a turnover right now. They have gone on a pretty good run here.
And you look at the offensive rebound. Morehouse 7, Tuskegee 2.
18-3 run for the Morehouse Maroon Tigers. Childs, he hasn't hit yet, but he's firing away. Here's another three by Quincy Bell. You're going to have to call the fire department to cool him down, right?
You know what? Somebody's got to get up and contest the shot. He's going to believe that he can shoot the basketball. Say Bennett drops one from over the corner. Now, that's a no-no. You never let a guy get behind you. You got to take a look behind you.
Here's Bennett down the baseline. Feeds it out to Prosper. He spun. No good. Back out to Bennett. And he lost the ball. Prosper picked it up. It won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Ronald Thompson. 26-18 our score, making 28-18. 12 points in the ball game right now for Quincy Bell on 4 3-pointers. There's Bell again. There he is.
And what's happening here is that they're going behind the screen instead of going over the top on that screen.
And here's another turnover. Feed back to Thompson. He missed the dunk. But Childs is there for the follow.
Sometimes that rim fights back.
15-point lead for Morehouse.
Yeah, but a credit to Morehouse that they didn't give up on that play. They didn't assume that that was going in.
They followed up, and they credit Childs as Prosper spins inside for 2, 33-20. They block.
Okay,
Quincy Bell this time.
Got a hand up on him that time. That's what you got to do. You got to contest the shot.
Under 4 minutes to go. 3:59. Timeout on the floor.
Okay.
Quincy Bell.
Now watch the defense, and that's Bennett. He drops all the way behind a shooter, so he's got to get up and go over that screen.
33-20, Morehouse over Tuskegee here on the campus of Tuskegee University. And I'm joined by Dr. Benjamin Payton, the president of Tuskegee University. Glad to be here on the campus, founded by Booker T. Washington. A lot of history here on Tuskegee campus. You've got to be proud to be the president.
This is a wonderful place. It's a great game always when we meet Morehouse. Another great school. Tuskegee is very, very special to so many people in our country and around the world. And it is indeed a pleasure to serve here.
Well, I'm sure it is. And, of course, teams having some problems right now. They're letting the other teams stay, get back in it. But don't go anywhere. We're going to get back to a little action. We're going to talk to you as we're going to continue showing what's going on here. Your team has played well all year long. They've been in every ball game. They just succumbed at the end. And this one, they can't afford to succumb too early, can they?
Well, no, and the season is not over. This game certainly is not over. And our guys are going to play their hearts out here tonight, as you can tell by the way it's going.
Well,
they've got a talented team that they're competing against tonight, but we have some talent too. But it's a new team, and we're getting it together.
Young players and young players and have a tendency to make mistakes.
That's right.
MBC is glad that we could be here on your campus and broadcast this game.
Well, we're delighted to have NBC here. I think it is a great opportunity for NBC and all of the people who watch NBC, as do many of our folk here.
I know one of the things you got to be very happy about is you've got Rick Comegys back.
Oh, absolutely.
Despite all the controversy.
Well, really, one expects that when you have someone as highly talented as Comegys. And the bottom line is that he decided to honor his contract here at Tuskegee rather than the move because of the strength of Tuskegee.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. It was good meeting with you. I'm glad you could come down and join us and spend a few moments with us. Dr. Benjamin Payton.
Glad to do it.
Okay,
Thanks
sir.
for being here.
Beautiful campus here.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Doctor. Nice meeting you.
33-22. 11-point game, and we got a whistle.
They're cutting into that margin now. So basically what they got to do is just stop turning that ball over and clamp down defensively.
I think Prosper picks up this personal foul. Yes, he does. That's the 7th team foul. So going to the free throw line for Morehouse. Anthony Locke, 56% free throw shooter.
I see
1-1.
I see Coach Jones having conversation on the sideline, quietly with the official.
And here's a steal by Hightower. And we got a hand check foul against Locke. And he is trying to check John Julian. John Julian, one of those quick young men out of Stanhope Stanhope Elmore High School, I should say, in Millbrook, Alabama. I said elementary.
Come on, Charlie.
I know he's only 5. They list him as 5'7". He's actually about 5'4".
But we were talking about his heart.
Well,
type of heart
real big.
And he's got excellent, quick feet. Now, he could cause some problems out here defensively and kind of disrupt what Morehouse is trying to get done. They're fouling in here now, Charlie. They must have thought it was a 7:30 or 7:45 basketball game.
Yeah, depending on what time zone you're in.
Yeah.
So a pair of free throws by Julian. And it's 33-24. 9-point ball game, 3:18 to go. First half.
Interesting matchup there with Fitch.
Childs, who's been relatively quiet with the exception of the layup, has almost a steal.
Almost had it.
And persistence paying off.
Yes.
But Childs gets it back somehow. And here's a block by Prosper.
What hustle. Great hustle.
It is great hustle.
And he missed the opportunity for the steal, but he got back into play. Nice hustle, tried to save it. Look at the hustle. Now, coaches love that. You can live with that. Win, lose. There are no ties, are there, in this game?
No, not in.
But you can live with effort.
We'll be here all night before we have a tie. Derek Lowe was the man who was persistent. And what a play going inside.
And high off of the glass, he laid it up.
Yeah, that's the first 2-pointer by Quincy Bell.
Right. He wants to keep him honest.
35-24. Double dribble.
Yep.
So another turnover for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers, who came into the game averaging 20 turnovers per ball game. And that's not a stat you want to be proud of.
Not at all. Now, when you're turning that basketball over in there, and then you're not rebounding real well, you're giving up a lot of possessions.
But they're #1 in steals in the conference.
Yeah, but then you think about that, and I think they're averaging 10 steals a game, and you got 20 turnovers, so basically it's a wash.
Yeah.
In terms of your steals. See, and when you're a team who likes to shoot the three-point shot like that, you want to get as many possessions as you can.
Here's
nice
Prosper
help.
Staying inside.
Yeah.
The hustle.
Good hustle. But did you see his read on defense? It's almost like football. He opened up a hole, made him throw the pass, and he closed it down. Nice pass.
Feed inside, and going to the free throw line will be James Cannon.
Now, where Cannon made his mistake there, here's a guy that's 6'9", and he put the ball down on the floor. So all of a sudden now, watch him now when he gets the basketball.
He may as well be 5'7".
Right, here it is. So he pushed it. Now he's Julian's size, okay? So he's got to catch that ball, and he's got to power up.
When Oliver came in 3 years ago, I talked to him this week, and I said, were you in a rebuilding process? He said, no. We have to start building, not rebuilding or retooling.
Right.
He said the talent is here, but a lot of things, one of the things he felt he had to change more so than anything was the behavior pattern, not only of his team, but the behavior of some people around campus. That way he could change attitudes.
Right. And, well, he's the guy because he's done it before.
Yes.
I mean, he had a lot of success at Albany State. In fact, these are two excellent coaches. When you talk about Coach Brewer, who has won as much in the first 2 years than any coach at Morehouse.
Got a pick. Offensive foul.
Now take advantage of this. You want to go down, try to get it in single figures going in at halftime.
Don't forget, stay with us at halftime. Right here. Brandon Childs feature. Get a chance to talk to the athletic director and football coach, Rick Comegys. Stats and highlights. And here's Bell. Quincy Bell goes in and count the basket.
Yes, yes, yes. The ball on the move. Good defense. Good hustle.
Is this an NBA
Take a good
continuation?
look at this. He's going. He's moving. The kid gets there. He's there. Oh, but he didn't square him off, so it ends up being a good call.
But was it a travel?
He got there, but
Was
it
it
could have been
travel?
travel. Yeah, that's that.
I think it was traveling.
That's a traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they wind up with a three-point play nonetheless, and it's 37-25.
Right.
Morehouse on top by 12 in this ball game.
But why does it happen? Turnover.
Prosper has it blocked by Thompson. That score should be 38-25, 13-point lead. The clock did not credit the free throw with the that was hit by Quincy Bell. So the score clock is wrong by a point.
Well, I think what's happening to this young man, this is the second time that he's had the ball and he's turned it over, is that he's reacting, you know, before he makes his move. The second time, I think he's thinking a little fast here. He needs to slow it down a little. We're talking about Derek Lowe. His intentions are good.
Childs. Thompson. Long jumper, no good. Prosper with the rebound. He cleans the boards. He plays bigger than his size. That he's a 6'3" player, and he'll take the long three, and it's off the iron. Rebounded by Locke.
Oh, good save by Julian. Got his hand in.
And Solandi lost the ball. Under a minute to go, 49.3 to be exact. We're in the first half.
You know, a bad shot's just like a turnover, especially the three-point shots, because they all bounce long.
Grady Brewer said he's happy with the progress of his team this year. That looked like offensive foul.
Great block. Good hustle.
Thompson comes up with it. Here's Quincy Bell for three, and it's good.
Kid can shoot the ball.
Yes, he can.
And things are going right for Morehouse, man, in terms of the bounces. Great hustle by Tuskegee. What happens? It goes into the hands of Quincy Bell.
Shot clock is off. Devontae Booth is in the lineup, number 23. And he'll take the long three, and that's off the mark. Prosper is fouled.
The clock kept going. That's a good foul on the offensive boards. Prosper is a workhorse.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he really gets it defensively on the boards.
They say he was the leader on the floor. He was coming off the bench earlier in the season. And they say he comes to play every day. I mean, he practices just as hard as he plays, so he doesn't take a day off.
We were a witness to that last night. In fact, that entire Tuskegee team last night, they went through one heck of a workout last night.
They did. He's a leader on the floor, gets upset when others don't hustle. He's ranked in a number of statistical categories in the SIAC. Here's Childs. He'll pull up for three. It's an air. No good. At the buzzer, Childs put up the rainbow. So Quincy Bell, 23 points in the first half, 23 of his team's 41. And as we go to the break, it's a 41-25 lead for the visitors. They're trying to make it 6 in a row and hand Tuskegee their 8th straight loss. We'll be back. (41-25) our halftime score here. Morehouse on top of Tuskegee at halftime here on the campus of Tuskegee. One of the reasons that Morehouse has enjoyed the success, as we said earlier in the year, or earlier in the game, was the play of Brandon Childs, a young man who came into the game ranked 2nd in the conference in scoring, and we had a chance to spend a little time with him earlier this season.
I'm Brandon Childs, and I play hard. I was just anxious to get in there and show that I can help lead this team to a championship in the SIAC.
Ever since Harold Ellis played here back in 1990, there hadn't been a freshman that played as many minutes.
I love kids, pretty much. I Like I always have, every summer I work at a summer camp at my old elementary school.
Well, we need a lot of good teachers, and I think he would make a great teacher.
Morehouse has a great educational program. We went down to Xavier. I just happened to bring 2 pair of mismatched socks, and I had a good game that game, so ever since then I've just been wearing them. I just wanted to just improve more on my stats from last year. I think that my main personal goal was to be Player of the Year.
That's a reachable goal for him. With the talent that he has, and once again, if he stays focused and work hard in practice, he can reach that goal. But Brandon, to me, is a player, and he's going to make mistakes like any other player. But when the game is on the line, we want that ball in his hand.
Yeah, we want to find a second shot, you know how tricky.
You know you wouldn't have got that call on the road, right?
Yeah, I know, but my athletic director told me the same thing. He said if he was refereeing, I still wouldn't have got the call.
I tell the players all the time, if and ands were pots and pans, the world would be a kitchen.
Home cooking, that helps every now and then. The only thing I think people can't tell me is that I can't do something. As soon as they tell me I can, I'm going to go out, work hard, and I'm going to prove them wrong.
Well, he came into the game averaging 20 points a contest. So far tonight, he has 9 points as we're at halftime with his team leading 41-25. Brandon Childs from Morehouse. The Maroon Tigers on top by 16 at the half.
MBC is your family's urban television network for positive programming the entire family can watch. Look for new editions of some of your old favorites. Mondays at 8 p.m., Spiritual Impact, hosted by Willie Gary. Wednesdays at 8 and 8:30, America's favorite garbage man is back. Rocks on MBC. And Fridays at 9, enjoy informative and entertaining dialogue on Conversation Piece. Keep it on MBC, weeknights for great family entertainment.
Put a little spring in your special sweater. In your favorite shirt.
All right.
And in your comfy jacket.
Nice.
Put a little spring in all your clothes with new Tide Clean Breeze. The same great cleaning power of the Tide you love, now with the natural fresh scent of clothes dried in a cool, clean breeze. New Tide Clean Breeze. For even more Clean Breeze freshness, try new Downy Clean Breeze.
What would it take to get you up, get you moving, get you in the groove to the latest, hottest trends in fitness today?
We'll challenge you with our Pilates Freestyle Training workout video and DVD. Pilates works the core, the very center of your body, from the inside out, using breath to navigate movement. Where freestyle weight training will sculpt you using both upper and lower body movements together without bulk. Double your fitness, double your motivation, double your fun, double your results with Double Impact Fitness. What are you waiting for? Call now, 1-800-308-9570. That's 1-800-308-9570. And order your personal training workout with Double Impact Fitness on VHS for $19.98 or DVD for $24.98. That's 1-800-308-9570. Or visit our website at doubleimpactfitness.com and order online. Call now. Operators are standing by while supplies last.
(41-25) our score here at the James Center Arena on the campus of Tuskegee University, Tuskegee, Alabama. And I'm joined here at halftime by the athletic director of Tuskegee, Rick Comegys, who's also the football coach. And a lot of people out there know that Rick Comegys had made an agreement to go to Norfolk State about a month ago and then decided he was going to stay here at Tuskegee. A lot of controversy behind that decision. I don't think it's so much the fact that whether he could do it or couldn't do it. But, Rick, let's talk about, do you feel you handled the whole situation properly because of all the controversy surrounding what happened?
Well, yeah, I felt that I handled everything properly. I really don't want to talk about it at this particular time, but I think that I handled everything properly. My support was here. Everything that involved with my family, my son, and my wife, and my family, all the support was here at Tuskegee. I didn't feel that the support was really a good base there. especially after the controversy with Jackson. When it came up, and I tried to explain that Jackson, I never really made an agreement. I never even went down there. I never even made an attempt to even, make that move. But yet and still, I had no support behind me. And I was afraid that since there was no support behind me, that I better stay here where people cared about me.
I know you did tell me during the regular season you felt that you were ready to make the move to another division, move up from Division II, 1AA, possibly even 1. Do you feel that you've hurt your chances now to make that move in the future?
No, I don't, because I think winning means everything. And I think if I continue winning here, then somebody will give me an opportunity in the future. Right now, all I'm looking for is security for me and my family.
Okay.
And I didn't just feel that security was there for me all the way I felt it should be. They were good people. I have nothing bad to say about them. I respect Dr. McDermott, the president. I respect Mr. Moss, the AD, and they did everything under the sun to make things happen.
Okay, real quick, I got to ask you about recruiting. You got 45 recruits in this week. You get a linebacker back that you didn't have last year. You have another young man playing in the Senior Bowl. Do you win another SIC championship next year? You only lose 7 starters from.
I think we do, and I really feel good about being here. And Tuskegee's a place for me. I always knew it was. I thought that maybe, there was bigger mountains to climb, but this is the mountain that I want to climb.
All right, well, Dr. Payton told me he's glad to have you here. I already talked to him, and you're glad to be here. And it's good seeing you again. Best of luck. We'll see you during football season after you go for another SIC championship. I know you will. We'll be back in a moment.
MBC Network, your family's urban television network. Catch the game. You gotta play hard, you gotta play rough, you gotta be strong.
In the paint. And from the key. It's a dynamic new season of live black college sports on MBC.
How do you educate today's hip-hop generation? Why are black students playing catch-up with their white counterparts? Which colleges and universities graduate the most students of color? Black Issues in Higher Education, the only news magazine dedicated exclusively to minority issues in higher education, has been providing up-to-date coverage of news and events important to the academic community for almost 20 years. You'll also find in-depth analysis of critical issues, profiles of African American academics, insightful commentary, plus job listings and scholarship information in Black Issues in Higher Education. Call 1-888-554-6881 to order Black Issues in Higher Education today. You'll save 78% off the cover price and get 26 issues for only $26. Call 1-888-554-6881. That's 1-888-554-6881. Why wait? Call now.
When it comes to the things I love, my favorites come in black, styled and driven in black. Engineered to thrive, power to immerse all that share my admiration for those things I love in black. Chrysler 300M, drive equals love in black.
We're at halftime. A future Tuskegee possible. Golden Tiger, either football or basketball, 41-25. Our halftime score, Charlie Neal along with Bernie Bickerstaff. Bernie, your impressions of the first half?
Well, I thought Tuskegee turned the basketball over. And I think when we look at the graphics, we'll see that Morehouse converted a lot of points, got a lot of points. When you look at it, what jumps out at me, points off a turnover, 19, as opposed for Tuskegee, they got 9. They also shot 50%, 15 for 30, and the difference in the basketball game was not paying attention to Quincy Bell.
7 of 11 from the three-point range. And we're at halftime, 41-25. Second half coming your way in a moment from Tuskegee, Alabama. 41-25 at halftime. Second half coming up. And the first half, Tuskegee started out on fire, but let's look at here it became the Quincy Bell show.
Right.
He was 8 of 13 from the field, 6 of 8 from three-point range.
But he's not being contested. You see, he walked in. Charlie, you make that open shot when you go down like this. There's another shot here. Here gets the ball and throw it out. See, the guy went out and he did the stump.
The only problem is
freeze it. Right here, if you could see the defense, if we went back a little earlier, the defense stopped and they didn't give him the proper respect. And that's the difference in the basketball game. Uncontested shots from Quincy Bell.
My problem is my eligibility went us out 2 years ago.
Only 2? You know, all right. They might find a way to get you eligible.
That's right.
Yeah. And I think the one thing we can say about Childs, he has not forced anything. He understands that Quincy has the tight end, and he's getting him the ball.
Thompson gets it in, and then we have a turnover. Different starting lineup in the second half for Tuskegee as Coach Oliver Jones has made some changes.
Yeah, and if you look at his roster, everybody with the exception of 2 guys, I think, has at least started 1 game for Tuskegee. And they play an up-tempo game, and he uses his roster. What do we got a technical foul? Oh, that's on Ronald Thompson.
On Thompson, we have a technical foul. So going to the free throw line to shoot the technical is Hamadullah.
Well, they need this to try to knock this thing down to 10 points. And the one thing Tuskegee has to understand, there's plenty time left, so you can't get in a hurry. Just be patient, take good shots, make good decisions, and you got to get stops on defense.
So Hamadullah, let's see if we see what caused the technical foul. Couldn't tell there. Maybe he hit somebody.
Oh. Now they've got the possession here, so you got to take care of business here. I see a hand in the back of his head. Yeah, right. Saw the hand in the back of his head there.
So 41-28 is our score. 13-point lead.
Now they've got to get stops.
So Hamadullah is getting the start in the second half. Also getting the start is Derek Lowe in the second half. So 2 new faces in the starting lineup to start the second half. And a nice little lay-in underneath the basket by Rasul Muhammad out of Colby High in Detroit.
But great patience offensively.
Offensive foul, and it's going to be charged against Embert Prosper.
Okay. What's happening down on this end? Tuskegee's in the zone, and Morehouse is doing what Coach Brewer wanted to do. Very patient, running the X, and getting that ball down inside.
And the student athlete for Morehouse, Rasul Muhammad, a 3.2 grade point average in computer science. Congratulations to him.
It's good, and the one thing about both of these schools are great academic institutions.
No question
and that's
about
important. And talking to both coaches, they were concerned about their kids graduating.
Feed off to Thompson for 2 and 1.
Nice play. Penetration. They come to help out. He drops it off. That's what we were talking about at the onset of the half. He's not forcing things. He's making plays. Watch your penetration here. He makes a spin. He gets in. They step up. He makes the pass.
You know, one of the things that Morehouse did to start the season after starting 1-4 and a couple of overtime losses, they went on a 2-game winning streak, and they lost to Shaw University by 16. And Coach said that he felt that that game, more than anything, woke his team up. That Grady Brewer said that Morehouse team really woke up after the loss to Shaw because they felt Yeah, we're not invincible anymore. And sometimes you need those wake-up calls. You know, as being a coach, Bernie, you have to have them sometimes.
Oh, definitely. The one thing about this sport is that it's very humbling. When you go out every day, it brings you back to reality. And I think the situation here that Coach Jones is going through, you know, they prepared to have a guy who come in, Kenyon Gamble, who was 6'11", great basketball player, and then when it started, he's not there. So that's a big disappointment, not only for the coaching staff, but also for the team. So they have a tendency to feel sorry for themselves. They've got to get busy.
One thing that Morehouse is Prosper coming up with the steal of Thompson.
Nice
pass over to Lawrence Brown, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And it's 46-31.
And Charlie, this is how you get back into the basketball game. Go to the free throw line, stop the clock, take points off of that lead.
And now a 30-second timeout is being whistled by Grady Brewer. 18-19, the time remaining. And we're in Tuskegee.
See if you can catch me, said the rabbit. And he was gone. Now you, Daddy.
And he was gone without saying goodbye.
You got it, Daddy.
Hi, I'm Jim Guest, president of Consumer Reports, the one magazine totally dedicated to helping you find the best value whenever you shop. Thanks to Consumer Reports, people like you have found the best of everything from cars to mutual funds, even cell phone service.
Safety, quality, the facts to make good choices and save money. That's Consumer Reports. Call now for a risk-free trial subscription that includes 12 monthly issues, plus the 2003 buying guide and the special April auto issue. As a free bonus, you'll receive the 2002 buying guide and the essential household reference, How to Clean Practically Anything. That's 13 issues plus 2 free bonus books, all for only $26. You'll save over $54 or 67% off the newsstand price. Month after month, you'll see why 4 million subscribers consult Consumer Reports before they buy.
There's simply no other magazine like Consumer Reports.
Call now for your risk-free 13-issue subscription plus your 2 free books.
Call 1-800-666-0880 for Consumer Reports.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Verizon Reads program. Our trivia question. Tuskegee coach Oliver Jones has 6 brothers who played basketball at Albany State. How many did he coach when he was coaching there? Let's listen to what Coach Oliver said to his players during this timeout.